Hi, my name is Jack, and I'm going to give my animal story speech. So when I was about 4 years old, I learned that my mom was a dog breeder. She bred standard poodles and toy poodles, and we had about 21 dogs at the time. This is kind of crazy at this age. She had a permit, so I mean it was perfectly legal. But we had a house in Birdsboro, and it had a wide open backyard. So when I would let the dogs out, they had plenty of room to run around. I mean, it was fun to play with all of these dogs at the same time. Like when you throw a tennis ball and you just have 15 dogs running at it at one time. It was just something really funny to watch. You would see them all fight over one ball and they'd all want to bring it back to you at the same time. It was just adorable. But at this young of an age, it was kind of crazy because responsibility was something that I learned really, really fast. I learned that I needed to take care of all these dogs at the same time. I needed to make sure to let all of them out at multiple times during the day. I learned that I needed to make sure that they were all fed at multiple times during the day. I learned responsibility pretty quickly, as you would assume. It was kind of crazy because at night when, say, one of the dogs went into labor, my mom, she would come up to me in my bed at like 10 o'clock at night when all the other kids my age were probably sleeping, and they'd probably been asleep for quite a while. But she'd come up and she'd shake me and she'd go, Jack, wake up. They're giving birth now. And I would need to go downstairs with her and I would need to help her give birth to these dogs at such a late hour of the night. And it was just crazy because I learned things when I was this young. I learned like how to give a mama dog give birth. I learned how to clean the puppy after it was born. I learned to bottle feed, like say the runt of a litter. I learned how to take care of all these puppies and I learned how to take care of all these dogs. It's so much I learned about animals at such a young age. So all of this changed when I was maybe 7, maybe 8 years old and my little sister was born. At 6 months, she was diagnosed with cancer, and having this happen, we weren't able to give the dogs all of the time that we used to. We needed to, like if my parents, if they went to the hospital, I needed to go with them. At this age, I couldn't just be left home alone. So, I mean, we couldn't give the dogs as much time as we used to. We didn't have the money for all the food. Like when you have 21 dogs, you have to buy bags and bags and bags of food, and you don't have the money for that anymore. My parents just couldn't afford all the dogs. So we ended up needing to sell a lot of the dogs. Being this young, it was hard to see all the dogs go, but I mean, it was something that I needed to deal with, I guess at this age. A lot of them went to family friends, so it's not like they left and I couldn't see them anymore, but I mean, I was able to see them sometimes, but it's hard when you are used to taking care of all these dogs and you treat them like they're your children, and you don't do that anymore. Now we have about 3 dogs in our house, and we don't breed anymore. After something crazy like that happening in your life, you don't really go back to something like that. So we don't breed dogs anymore. The most that we do is groom, and yeah, thank you.